All right, go. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we ought to be. Pretty much we just gonna hop in the spirit, and start off with
This is Proverbs 10:21. It says, "The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom." Now the point being, it says the lips of the righteous feed many, man. So therefore, we must be on our job. Can a brother get Jeremiah 3:15? The scripture says to be apt to teach. So at any moment, man, we ready to edify. Be willingly. It says take the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, man. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 3:15. It says, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore."
I'll read 15 again.
It says, verse 15. It says, "And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding."
Exactly, and that's the point. So the Lord has set up pastors, the Lord has set up prophets, teachers, to feed you according to his heart, man. So we're feeding the brothers according to the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So the Lord has given us the food, so therefore we must in turn give out this food. Can a brother get Proverbs 9?
This is Proverbs chapter 9. It says, "Wisdom hath builded her house, she hath hewed out her 7 pillars, she hath killed her beast, she hath mingled her wine, she hath also furnished her table."
So it says, wisdom hath slain her beast, furnished her wine, and prepared the table. Go ahead.
It says, "She hath sent forth her maidens, she crieth upon the highest places of the city."
And who are the maidens, man? Those maidens are the prophets who are out there on the highways and hedges, man. Doing what? Feeding the sheep. Can a brother grab that? John 21. This is Job 23:12. It says, this is Job 23:12. It says, "Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food," man. So we eat these words, man. So therefore, if we eat them, the brothers and sisters who are expecting his word, man, they're eating them and they need to be fed. Whoever not that got that other scripture, Baba Koshai in Jeremiah, he said that I have eaten the word. Roughly paraphrasing, I believe it's in the book of Jeremiah. Can brother grab that other scripture I called for?
Back in John.
Baba Koshai, John 21.
What's up?
No, start where Yahweh Shah asked Peter 3 times.
John 21, 47.
Because his brothers depended on us, man. Paul said, "I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may obtain the same salvation."
Okay.
So therefore, the same things we eat and learn, man, we should be preparing it for our brothers and sisters who don't know.
Start at 15, I believe.
Yeah. This is John chapter 21, verse 15. It says, "So when they had dined, Yahweh Shai saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my lambs." Verse 16, it says, "He saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my sheep. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, feed my sheep.
And that showed 3 times, man. 3 means understanding. So that was important, man. What Yahushua was telling Peter, the head of the church. He was saying, if you love me, feed my lambs, feed my sheep. So we should be doing what? Pushing out these words, man. Feeding the flock. That's what we should be doing, man. It says the lips of the righteous feed many. If you consider yourself a righteous man, you should be out there feeding the flock, man. Feeding them what? The words that we receive. You know? You hit that Jeremiah for me, brother?
This is Jeremiah 15, verse 16. It says, thy words were found, and I did eat them. And thy words was unto me joy and rejoicing of mine heart. For I am called by thy name, O Yahweh, power of hosts.
Yep. And it says thy words were found, and I did eat them. You know? This is how we eat, man. That's what Yahushua meant when he said, man shall not live off bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
I got that right here.
Babu Kushai.
This is this is Matthew 4 and verse 4. I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones to be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
You got it, bro.
Alright, cause hey, like the brother said, that's what he meant, man. Alright, cause hey, you can't just live off bread, man. Alright, cause that's not gonna give you the everlasting life, man. You gotta be in these scriptures, man. Like Job said, the mouth trieth.
I got you. This is Job 34:2. It says, hear my words, O ye wise men, and give ear unto me, ye that have knowledge. For the ear trieth words, as the mouth tasteth meat.
Right, you know. Hey, so having this knowledge and understanding, being in this truth, that's what's gonna get us to the kingdom, get us that everlasting life, that glory. All right, not just this food, this bread, and this water that you see that's temporal. All right, that's gonna be destroyed right along with everything else, man. All right, you gotta have, hey, you gotta have this knowledge, man. Yeah. All right, you gotta feed it to the Lord's elect, you know, as the scripture says.
Hey, it just said, we just read in Job 23. Job said, I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food, man. So fuck your everyday meal that you getting, man. You better be eating this word, man. We esteem this more than water, more than bread, more than you eating your fruits, your vegetables, your meat, whatever you eat, man. This is esteemed more, man. And it says the mouth, the ear trieth words as the mouth tasteth meat. You know, it goes back to hearing that goodly word, man. Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them, man. You hear somebody say, oh yeah, the heathens can be saved. Oh, that's no. It says the ear trieth words as the mouth tasteth meat. So that's like you tasting something that's nasty, man. When somebody hear that, no, what? No, that don't taste right. That's not according to the word. You know? So we must be out here feeding the flock correctly, man. Go ahead, Kawhi.
This is John chapter 6, starting at verse 32. It says, then Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of the Most High is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth life unto the world. Then said they unto him, Lord, evermore give us this bread. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life.
That's right.
He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst.
Exactly, man. So that's why in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, the 1st verse, the Lord told Ezekiel to do what? Eat this roll. The roll represents what? The word, the book, the scriptures. And when Yahushua was born, where did they first lay him at? They laid him in a manger, man. What's a manger? A manger is a feeding trough for animals, man. That was symbolic, man. That's why Yahushua said, "What he that don't eat my flesh and drink my blood." And those carnal ass niggas got bugged out when he said that, man. What? He talking about cannibalism? He was talking about spiritually, man. You know? Because we have entered into his crucifixion, man. We suffer the same things he suffered, man. You know? the same persecution, the same afflictions, man. And it says that he was touched with every infirmity as we touched with, man. He got sick, you know. He had to deal with demons plaguing him, and everything we dealing with, he had to deal with it, you know.
If I may skip down, this is verse 44. John 6:44. It says, "No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him." It says, "And I will raise him up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of Yahweh. Every man therefore that have heard and have learned of the Father cometh unto me. Not that any man have seen the Father, save he which is of Yahweh, he hath seen the Father. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me have everlasting life." It says, I am, in verse 48, "I am that bread of life. Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness, and are dead. This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die." You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture says, Psalms 40:7, that Yahweh Shai comes in the whole volume of the book. You know what I'm saying? So when you eat this word, you get the knowledge of Yahweh Shai. You know, you're consuming the things that pertains to an Israelite.
That's
man.
how you become one. You know, Yahweh Shai said, "I am in thee, and thou in me." And he wished that the elect become one in us, and when us meaning Yahweh Shai and Yahweh, man. So that's how we become one with Yahweh Shai. It's having that same mindset, man. It's knowing his will, knowing his purpose, knowing what's pleasing unto him. You know?
I got one. This is Revelations chapter 10, verse 9. It says, "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it, eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, it's just like my belly was bitter." All right, and like, hey, it's not going into him taking a book with a knife and a fork, chopping it up, putting some A1 sauce on it, eating it. You know, it's going into him digest, like Job, man. The ear trieth for us, like the mouth tastes meat. All right, he said. He read, you know, he got into it, all right, and then after he finished digesting the book with his mind, it said it was in his belly bitter, all right, and is sweet as honey, and then bitter, you know. That's going into the different aspects of this truth, man. You know, true, we gonna get the kingdom of heaven. We gods, we kings, we priests, all right, you know, and we got the Lord Israel. All right, but on the same side, we going in these curses, man. Our people is the lowest when they should be the highest. All right, you know, and all these different things that we go through, man. That's the bitter part, you know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe there's a scripture that says that through much tribulations that we're gonna enter into the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Acts 14:22.
That's right. That's the bitter part of this truth, man. You know.
Right, but there's also a scripture that says that when we are in the kingdom, that we're gonna look back at this time like it was barely there, like it's such a quick, small time. You know what I mean? The scriptures say it way better than I'm saying it. But if I could, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing.
Okay, this is Sirach 2:16. "They that fear Yahweh will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law." So that, you know, that's the whole purpose of reading the law, statutes, or reading the scriptures, is to, you know the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what's pleasing to Yahweh Shai. You know what I mean? You can only do that by, you know, actually eating the roll. You know, not just taking one or two scriptures there and then, you know, basing it off your own feelings or your pastor's feelings and like his vain thoughts. It's what's written in the scriptures, just like John 7 and I think 38. You know, you believe on me as the scriptures say. You know, so if you show that little work, and then the Yahweh Shai starts dealing with you and putting the spirit on you, it's going to try you, just like in Sirach 2:1. You know, if you come to you know, serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, or your heart for temptation. Roughly paraphrasing.
And it all goes back to those right pastors, those right teachers, man. That's set up according to the Lord's heart, man. You know. This is Proverbs 11. I'm gonna start at 24. It says, "There is that scattereth and yet increaseth." There is that scattereth and yet increaseth, man. The one that's scattering, that's dispersing his waters abroad, as another scripture in Proverbs says. You know, let your waters be dispersed in the streets. Some of this wisdom, this knowledge. Because the scripture we started out with, it said, the lips of the righteous feed many. It says, but fools die for want of wisdom. That word want goes into lack. They die for lack of wisdom, man. You know? Now I'm going to keep going. It says, there is that scattereth and yet increaseth, right? Those brothers who are giving liberally, who are scattering their knowledge out abundantly. The scripture says, he that soweth,
15 seconds.
How did it go?
15 seconds.
Left?
15 seconds what?
Left. It's lucky.
Those are
Yeah.
sold sparingly.
So reap sparingly.